Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. My name is Lucy. What's your name?
My name is Ben. I come from China. Where did you live?
Cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We haven't spoken before, right? You just reserved on for the first time.
Uh, for the first time.
Okay, cool. Cool. So, what made you choose me as a tutor to talk to?
um, I just have some questions I want to talk with you. Um,
Okay.
okay. The first question, because I saw an article. The article mainly talk about that many people, many younger, they don't decide they didn't decide to go to university because
Uh-huh.
of the COVID-19. They found that although they don't they didn't want to college college, but they can still get a job. So what's your
hmm
opinion?
What's my opinion on whether, like, about how younger kids nowadays are not going to college?
Yeah.
Well, I know that from my experience, like when I was in university, COVID-19 just started when I was in my last year and a half, 2 years of university. So I had to do university online, and I had like 2 years of really great experience doing it in person, and then the last year was online. And online classes were it depends on the person. Not everybody likes online classes because you have to yourself, like work on it without somebody looking at you and saying, "Hey, you're supposed to be working." And I don't know if everybody fits well with that mentality. So yeah, and then also when I was in university, I stopped I stopped university 1 year early. It's a weird sound. Sorry about that. I
Okay.
stopped university 1 year early because of COVID and because I was tired of going to classes online and didn't feel like it was getting the money that I deserved. I didn't feel like I was paying an equal amount to the amount of learning that I got. Because in America, university is really expensive.
Yes.
Um, yeah, but I still managed to graduate. So I had a bachelor. I got a bachelor in everything. But I can understand a lot of people that decide, I don't know, is it just American people that the article was about or worldwide?
It is this article is mainly talk about the US because
hmm
like you said, they think the degree is a little expensive,
Yeah,
and what they learn they can still learn from online. So they don't think the college, right? The pronunciation is right.
college
College, the
with a
college
G.
is good.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's the experience that I had was that um, college, like most of the things nowadays you can learn online. The only thing that a certificate is necessary for are jobs where a certificate is necessary. Like if you want to be an engineer or a chemist or, be a nurse or something or a doctor, you need to have the certificates, you need to have the years of experience, and you need to have the degree. But for a lot of jobs, the degree is not so necessary if you can prove your experience level and understanding. So, yeah, I think the thing is that college is a really cool experience when you are doing it in person.
Mm.
When you're going in person and you're seeing you have all these people around you that you're also your age and they're very interesting because they're also going to the same classes you're going to, and you can make friends, and also you can talk to the teachers and make friends with the teachers. Like everybody says that university nowadays is actually um, better for networking than it is for actually like learning, because Wikipedia we could learn everything from, right?
Okay.
Do you understand?
A little faster. Sometimes I can't understand.
Okay. Just tell me to stop if I'm going too fast, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that university is better for meeting people and connecting to people, because then later you can have those connections and use those connections with professors and other students who now have jobs and opportunities. But when you're doing it online, you have a much harder time making connections.
Yes, because we can look many people and we can face to face.
Yeah. Face to face is a different environment. But so I think I would agree your article is very interesting um, when we are talking about online versus in-person schooling. Then I understand why people are not going to university. But if we have normal classes, like now COVID is not a big problem anymore, and most people, like most universities, are going back to in-person classes, I think. Um, in that case, I don't understand why people don't want to go to university.
Yes, because before before the COVID-19, people go to university, and maybe in their spare time they can learn from online. But during the COVID-19, many people study in home. They don't have chance to communicate with others. They think, why should I go to university? Because I can learn everything online, and I think some famous universities teacher can teach them. Uh, they can't. They don't. They think they spend money on university. It is not equal. You spend and you get. It's not equal. They think I can learn everything by myself.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not. They don't think it's worth the money they
Yes,
spend.
yes.
That
If
makes
you
sense.
have kids, would you encourage them to go to college?
That's an interesting question. How about you answer first?
If I have kids, because in China the university is is not very expensive. Every year, every year we only need to spend maybe 7,000 American dollars,
Oh,
American yen, American dollars. So
um,
it is not expensive in China. I will
mm,
encourage my kids to go to college because they can meet many, they can know many friends, and I think although the college is not a good place to learn, but it is a good place to the university is not a good place to learn knowledge, but the university is a good place to learn how to communicate with others, how to cope
yeah,
with others.
yeah, I agree. I think I agree with that. It's interesting. You sure it's $7,000 per year for university? Is that like the most it can cost, or the minimum, or the average?
Oh, the I think it is the average cost. For example, my I and many of my friends they just spend about 7,000 to 7,000. Sorry, not 7,000, 3,000. I think
Ah, okay.
three thousand
Like
per year.
how many yen is it?
It's about to CNY. I'm in China, so my Chinese yuan
20,000.
20,000. On average, maybe
Yeah.
some people will spend uh 30,000.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking, because when you said 7,000, I was surprised, because my university, I went to like a cheap university. It was one of the state schools, not a private one. and mine cost like $10,000 a year.
10,000 a year. Wow, that's very expensive.
And that's a cheap university. Like not the cheapest, but good quality and cheap price for the quality.
Oh, I think China, because China's cost is lots of the cost is guaranteed by the government. They will support the other money. I don't know, but it is the environment is not very good. I lived with my friends. We lived 6 people, 6 people in one room. 2 meters, 5 meter, 2 meters wide,
5.
5 meters long, and we have 6 men.
I think I'm sitting in a room that's 2 meters by 5 meters, and I cannot imagine having 6 people living in it. But did you
Because
have like more room than just that, or that was like living room, house, everything?
no. Just one living
Sleeping.
room. You can imagine because it is very small. I think
Wow.
sometimes when 6 people stand, when we work in the room, we will do something like this. Yes,
I can't see.
yes. Um, Another question: how well would you see your education has prepared for your job? Prepared you for your job?
Well,
It's a tough question.
yeah. I like these questions. They're very detailed. Um, I think that my education has, I can't speak for the education that like for a job regarding my field because I've not worked in a psychology field since I graduated with the major psychology. So I'm not, I can't represent that answer. You understand?
How to spell psychology? I will search what's the meaning.
Psychology,
Yeah.
it's the study of the brain,
Okay,
the
psychology.
human mind.
Oh, psychology. If I did some little gesture, can you know what I'm thinking about?
If your what sounds a little bit
For example, when I touch my nose, you will know I'm lying. Something like
telepathy, no.
that. Okay.
No, no. I really I like psychology because I like asking questions about humanity and what does it mean to be human.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. So I'm actually now I'm realizing maybe I should study anthropology because that is the study of humanity.
What?
Anthropology. I can write it. Is the study of humans over time.
Oh, human history.
Yeah, and it's not just human history. Like it's humanity. What is humanity? What it does it mean to be human? What is the social system of humanity? I don't know. I really starting to get really interested in that subject. But yeah, in terms of the question, let me answer your question. I think that I think that university prepared me really well for communication and interpersonal interactions. I was already pretty good at this when I finished high school, but when I was in university, I just kept pushing it. And also, I got better at like interviews and more formal situations because I had more practice in more adult situations, like more when you're in high school, you're always treated like a kid, you know?
Yeah.
And then in college, in university, suddenly you're like an adult and you have to act like an adult. So it's kind of a transitional time. And I think you can do that when you're working too. But in university, I got to do very many different things and have this new respect to me as an adult. And yeah, so that taught me a lot, even though it wasn't necessarily like a class.
Yes, for this point, I found that another article talk about because of the COVID-19 is because some students have to study in room. They don't have the opportunity to communicate with others when they graduate from university because they never learn how to social. So when they go to work,
Socialize.
when they
Yeah.
go to work, the boss asked somebody to do that work. That new colleague will
Yeah.
hold his hand just like a student. So
Yeah.
that's article said the university will teach everybody to become the adult.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very interesting. What kind of article is this? Like, you found this just online, or were you researching for a specific subject?
Oh, I just I every day I read lots of news online. For today's news, I learned from Eagle. For the today's education news,
Ah.
I found from. But for that article, talk about the COVID-19 and the behavior of the students.
Yeah.
I can't find that new.
Yeah, this is really interesting. I didn't know that Engo also does like daily news stuff, but that's really cool. It's a good way to practice English.
Yes, and I like the exercise for further discussion.
Yeah.
For this question, I think my to be honest, I think my undergraduate education uh, is very well for the civil industry, civil because my uh, university I don't know how to
Mhm.
I don't know how to see. Can you teach me? What's the difference of these two college university?
Okay. So the university is the place, right? And you can go to university as an undergraduate or as a postgraduate. You're still going to university, but you're so undergraduate and postgraduate is the two different ones. Undergraduate is when you're getting your bachelor's, and postgraduate is after you have your bachelor's when you're doing your master's or your PhD.
Oh, a postgraduate. Okay, postmaster. For the first undergraduate, in my undergraduate, my bachelor degree is about uh, engineering management. At that time, if I went to the constructor,
Mm-hmm.
civil constructor, if I did that work, the university's knowledge is very good for me. I can find the construction work in the in but when at that time I changed my career. I
Mm-hmm.
learned fintech, finance technology. So
What is
my
it called?
finance technology, finance.
Finance technology. I've never heard of that before. What is it?
For example,
Oh, finance.
yes,
Okay.
higher frequency trading, blockchain and crypto. Mm, so at that time, I think the university's education is very good for me. I can learn everything, but that's because our teacher always told us don't follow the book. Please follow the latest news and collect the news into your new book. So I think the colleague education is prepared for my current job is very well for only for the postgraduate.
Okay. I just put in the chat, and I'm just gonna try to do this when you're talking because I don't want to interrupt you. But when you want to say finance, think
Hmm?
of like fine ants. So finance,
Fin-
finance.
Finance.
Yeah. You know how you say like, oh, I'm fine.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah. So finance, finance.
Finance, not finance, finance.
Mhm.
Okay, fans. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Mhm.
If you were to start your education again, would you do anything differently?
I don't think I could. Maybe I would do anthropology instead of psychology, but I think I can still do anthropology instead of psychology. I think if I went to university again, I would be a graduate student, but I can't imagine going to university again as an undergraduate because the experience as an undergraduate versus a graduate is probably very different because the first time your everything is new, so you have to figure it out, change your major, figure out things. I don't think you can replace that with somebody that knows what they're doing, and because then it's not the same experience. Do you understand?
I can't understand. Undergraduate and graduate, what's the difference?
Yeah, like if I'm um yeah, like a postgraduate or a graduate student, right? So undergraduate and graduate is the same as a undergrad and postgrad. If you're
Undergraduate,
a grad. Hmm?
postgraduate. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we also say graduate student, I guess, when we're talking about people that are not undergrad. So people that have got a bachelor's, they say graduate student, um, or grad student. Um, yeah. So I think that like an undergrad experience, um, I think an undergraduate experience is so different from how I would be if I went to university now that you can't compare them.
Oh,
Does that make sense? Because the first time is like so new and everything is overwhelming and exciting. And the second time, you know the system, you know how to find what you need, etc. So I don't think I would do anything differently because the first experience of figuring out how to do things was what taught me the most.
okay. I
What
think
about you?
I think these questions many times, because when I was in the high school, I don't know which major is good for me. I don't know which major I like because in the past, in the junior high school, senior high school, I studied daily and night and just study the math, English, Chinese, psychology, philosophy,
Yeah,
chemistry, something like that. I never think about my career, my future.
yeah.
So for now, if I can, if my age is from 29 to 18, yes, I will select technology, computer,
Computer
computer
technology.
science. Yes, I love that. And uh, if I can return the university, the undergraduate period, I will.
Yeah.
I won't spend time in the daily class. I will search and I will learn what I like. I won't care about the degree.
Mm-hmm.
Just 60 is okay. I won't get a higher degree. Yes, degree
Mm-hmm.
higher.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
60 is okay for me. I will learn everything I like. I won't waste my life and time.
60, you said, is everything? What do you mean by that?
If the paper is 100 and you should if you want to pass and the points should be 60,
Ah,
right?
okay. Yeah, yeah. So you would spend less time. Would you still get a degree or would you not get a degree?
I will get the degree because I spend money.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think 60 points is not difficult for me. So the
Mm.
the fee is not expensive. I should get the degree because I want to. In China, it's very traditional. It's not like in US. In the US, if I didn't have the degree, I can't apply any jobs. So in
Yeah,
China, I should pass
get
the
the degree,
examination. Yes.
but pass without working so hard.
Yeah, I will pass that, but I won't work so hard.
Yeah. And in America, we say C's get degrees because it's also a thing in America that people don't. People like you should have a degree in order to get a lot of jobs. So people still go to university, but a lot of people they're also doing like a C is like a passing score. It's
Oh,
like
yes.
60 out of 100.
Yes.
So we say C's get degrees because if you get a C the entire time and you only get 60 out of 100 every time, you're still going to pass the class.
Yes, I think that's enough. I think in my in my undergraduate period, I wasted at least 2 years.
Yeah. I think that I don't think I wasted time, but you're right. I also wasted a lot of energy. Like, I didn't really have a life. I just had university because I cared so much about having good grades and I cared so much about having, like, getting 100 out of 100. I really put a lot of stress on myself. Like, I still have dreams sometimes where I wake up and I'm like, I forgot there's a test today. Oh my God, I forgot there's a test today. And then I wake up and I'm like, it's been 2 years since you went to school. Everything is okay.
Yes, yes, correct. That's my feelings.
Yeah.
But
Do
now,
you have dreams like that too?
yes, yes. But now, I'm 30. I'm about 30 years old. I think if at that time, at that age, a man told me that, hey, Ben, you don't have to study so hard. Please follow your heart. Do what you like. I will be happy. But now I hope it is not too late.
It's never too late. I know a lot of people that are still changing things and stuff. And right now, like I'm making up for it because like I mean I'm young, like I'm 23, right? I'm not gonna lie about that. But since I finished university, I realized that I spent all of my time in university like this on a computer with my back like hunched over all the time, looking like this, right?
Yeah.
And then I finished university and I went traveling. And then I discovered climbing and slacklining and all of these physical sports. And I realized I had been misusing my body for so long because I was always concentrating on my head. I was always concentrating on working on the computer. And I didn't realize like it's so much fun to do activities where you use your body, where you're working out, but not working out, but like having fun, running around, climbing. Like those are cool things that I had to discover for the first time. Like, wow, it's fun to get tired with my body and not just with my brain.
Yes, correct. You
Yeah.
are still young. You don't have family. I last year I married, and I know I should spend more time. My time is limited, but I should spend time with my wife, with my family. Maybe in the future I will with my kid. Since you still have lots of time, please cherish it and do what you like.
Yeah, I'm trying. But it's also hard to know what is what you like, you know? It's hard to learn to listen to your heart. It's
Try
really
everything
hard.
as soon as possible. I think it's a good way. Have a nice
Yeah.
day. Goodbye.
Yes. Thank you. It was so much
Thank
fun to
you.
talk to
Bye.
you. Next